So as for the last part of this lesson 1, let's continue the basic tags. Next, let's have background colors for our page. To declare background color, it's under background color. It's an attribute of the body. Okay, and then standard is we are to apply a CSS format. Okay, in HTML before you just type BG color. But now it's an error already, so we need to conform with standards. And declaring background color is we need to use CSS. Like this one is a type of a CSS. We'll cover these types of CSS in one of the meetings. So like first declare the style, and then so we call this as our declaration, and then this is our declaration, and then in our declaration we have here the property, the background dash color, and then this is my value. So we do that to the body. Again, in here we declare style equals, again, be very particular with the form, observe the right format, else it will not work. So background dash color, okay, colon, and then the value, say brown, and then brown, and then they're close. Okay, that's how you declare background color. Control S, and then go back F5, and then I have the brown. Okay, so we may use color names, but there's lots of colors, like there's millions of colors. For those other colors, we declare them through color codes, which is in a hexadecimal format. There are websites that provides color codes. Let's look into this one. Okay. For example, like with this one, this is the color code. Okay, HTML color code. That's what you're to now to declare. Example, let's say I'll use this one. Okay, so you have these color codes. But I will use the color combo because later I will declare colors with the text. So I'll just now apply na yung mga color combo. So, and then also discuss this na. Color combo, nasa na yan? This is the one. There are colors that are okay to combine, right? So you need to observe this in order for our website to be more presentable. Okay, so I have this website, mga color combo. Let's say is I want to apply, let me give a time to think this one. Okay, so let's say I will use this one, this color for my background. For color combination, the basic principle is if your background is light, your text should be dark, right? There. Need to observe those basic principles, and then do not forget the hashtag. So I have declared that color codes. Save, Control S, and check the page, F5. So there's a color, okay? Color. Color na ba yan? E6 easy. Yeah, sige nga, iba na nga lang. Let's use a different one. Say it's not that visible. Control S, go back, F5. It's not really working. Close natin. Oh, something is wrong. Have I not? Sorry, the dash, the quotation there. Okay, so Control S, and then F5 there. Okay, so next is a language. Okay, to specify that the language in your page is in English, you add this in the HTML. Add it there, and then that's it. And then another is if you want to have text colors, example, let's say let's say paragraph na lang. Okay, I haven't touched the paragraph. Example in here, you want to declare a color here, so it's under style, and then color colon excuse me, So let's say I'll use this blue one. Copy ko yan. Go back. And then paste. Make sure there's a hashtag. Okay. And Control S. Go back to save. And F5. And there, I have my color blue texts. Okay. So, that's how you declare yung mga text color. For fonts, there, okay. Font dash family colon and then the font style. Okay. So, example we did here, the paragraph, you want to declare color and at the same time you want to declare font. You add a semicolon. Okay, just add a semicolon and then you declare font dash family colon and then the font you want to declare, say Verdana. That's how you do it, Control S. And then let's see what happens. F5. And there, I have declared it as Verdana and at the same time the color is blue. Okay, do not forget colon, semicolon and then the style. Okay. So let's say we want to also apply this to our H1s. Okay. I'll remove this one, okay? Close. Oh, forgot the Control V. And then I'll just have again my center tag here. Then there, Control S, go back, F5. There, okay. So, if you want to adjust the size, it's font size. It can be in percentage or in point, PT. And text align is style and text align equals center. Okay. And then other HTML you want to explore. Bold is B. Okay. Example, let's say you want this to be in bold, B. So the slash B, where will I place it? Will it be here under A or in B? Okay. We need to observe nested element. Okay, nested. I'll just put it here. Nested element. Nested element is first in, last out. Okay, so I have my bold here, B. So I will place the slash B here in the A. Slash B. Okay, and not here. Observe that, okay? First in, last out. So control nested, we call it as nested element. So save, Control S, and see what happens. F5, and sorry. The bold will not take effect with the H3 because it's already in bold. So I'll have a different. I'll just have it here. Okay. Control X. So let's say the age. I want it in bold. So B and then slash B. Control A. Ay, sorry. Ano nangyari? Edit, undo. Control S and then go back, F5. And there, the age, ayun, naka-bold na siya. Okay. And other elements you may explore. Strong is somehow similar to the bold. Italize is I. This is the new one. EM is depreciated. Then sub is for the subscript. Sup/sup for the superscript. In HTML, very important to observe semantic markup. Okay, this defines it says in the semantic markup that the markup should describe each piece of the content. It means that if content is paragraph, you declare it as P. If you notice a while ago, I've declared the paragraph, diba? I've declared the P here. It doesn't have any effect on the style, right? But then again, it's a standard that that you need to observe, you need to observe semantic markup. So that if it's a paragraph, you declare it as a paragraph, and that is by denoting a markup of P. If it is a quotation, then declare it as quotation. That is still Q. That's how you do it. Example, like this one is a quotation, then you add Q slash Q. That is for the short quotation. If there are long quotation, black quote. Okay, and then you may also have your citation. Where did you get those quotations? here under, ayan, you may add site. Okay, I will have an example. Okay, so just take note of that quotation and then the black quote. Q for short quote, black quote for long quotations. And then another, if it is an abbreviation, better to declare it as an abbreviation. So to do that, it's ABBR, and then you may add a title like the what does this HWO means. Okay, yun, abbreviation is a paired tag, so ABBR/ABBR. And then also if it is an address, declare that as an address/address. Comments in HTML is under exclamation point. This was comments were discussed to you in your programming, right? It helps the developer to easily understand the code. Like example, what I mean by easily understand, like he's not the creator of the code, right? He wants to edit the code. Like in here, let's say he wants to edit the page, and there are instances where there are values, there are structures. So in order for the new developer to easily work on with the code, better for every time you create, like in here, design a website code, okay, you need to add comments. Comments again in HTML is under exclamation point. Like I think you were taught in your C++. I think you're now taking up programming, like in C++, I think, or C#. It's // right, and then /* for the comments. And then also observe again, let's look into some of the good coding practices. We need to stick to the standards. Some of the standards are I have already mentioned. Example, yun nga, let's say this value should have double quote. That's one standard. If there is no attribute, add an empty slash. Always there should be a end tag. Do not forget the end tag. Another is example, for the image, you need to add the alt. And as we go along, we'll cover some of the standards. And then I've discussed already the semantic. You may also use, there are websites that you may validate your code, okay? And it will tell you specifically even the lines where there is an error, okay? Ano ba? Example of the websites, W3C, we call it as W3C validator. Okay, here there's an option here to validate the code by URL or by a file or by copy and pasting you copy and paste the code itself. Example, let's say we check the website of mapua.edu.ph and check. So it will check the codes of the website and tell this is for the main page. Okay, it will tell okay, that the errors seen in the page. Okay, there. Okay, there's like around 81 errors seen in the Mapua Edu PH website. Okay, and also it says if it's a warning, mga classifications of the errors, also with specifically with the lines. Also, it has this recommendation, okay, on how to fix these errors that were detected by this tool, W3C validator. Okay, I'm just presenting Mapua Edu PH as an example. I don't have any meaning of this na. Okay. Yun na. Anyways, in my opinion, it's okay for, like here in our country, we are not that strict with websites if it conforms to standards. But in other country, yes. But not here in the Philippines, I don't think we're that strict na like in terms of the effect. So what if, example, Mapua has these couples of errors? Okay, we're usually more focused on the functionality of the website and less on the code. But then again, there are developers, programmers say that's one major issue that developers, programmers should um, do not also forget the coding standards there, and instead of like just only focusing on the functionality of the system, or like in this case of the website. So there, validating the code. Okay, so we stick to the W3C standards as we go along. Again, we said we will discuss this, we have already discussed some, and we will continue discussing some of the W3C standard set. uh, And then next, we separating the content from the presentation. This can work through CSS cascading style sheets. Also with this one, CSS also helps on ensuring that the website is accessible to other devices like mobile. Okay, and then standardizing the design is so we go along. We'll discuss that. Okay, and I have already covered the semantic markup a while ago. Okay, and then again the validating the code. Okay, like one thing that this code validator does is check if there's no doc type declaration, if there's closing tags, if there's missing attributes, or there's an incorrect nesting, or there's no double quotes. Okay, for example with the value. So I'm done. This is the end of lesson 1. So you are to work with your exercise. Okay, which will be discussed during your Zoom session. Thank you. Keep safe. Together we learn as one.